gallery for the lovely band.
What just happened?
Oh, there's nothing. So, in any case, has anybody noticed when they've been out walking around this today, have you seen any wolf shifters around?
Don't shake.
Oh, Tyson would be on National Geographic. Licking his balls. Where it wasn't illegal to do that.
And today we have.
But he'd also be probably hunting the hunters or something like that, you know, sticking up for the rights of pack animals.
Naked.
Well, no, he's as a wolf, like he's not me. He's like a wolf. Wolf Tyson. I'm going back to the lost episode of Bosco where Tyson actually was a wolf the whole time. It was just kind of really difficult to shoot, so you guys never saw it. Like, I had a hard time connecting with the animal. It's all subtitled too.
The first episode that you actually turned into a wolf and he was running from the woods, I think you were chasing him, and you were in jeans, and we were like, hey, how come a wolf's not in jeans? We just had to go.
Yeah. So yeah, National Geographic, that sort of thing.
I don't know. I mean, I always think we coveted Elizabeth Mitchell's role in Lost. Oh my God, I was going to say right. And I always sort of thought, like, I don't know. That's her coming
I was gonna say it'd be nice to see Mackenzie like survive in that environment, like what she would do. So I was totally gonna lost soul sisters.
Alright, that's enough of that question. Move on.
Okay, we'll start over here. Kevin.
Oh.
My question is for the whole cast. Considering the platform that you've been given, how does the entire cast feel about the spotlight that's been put on gender roles and sexuality roles, and how do you feel like the show has handled that?
Ginger rolls, did you say? I don't remember there being too many gingers on the show.
This is fun.
Is anyone secretly a ginger on this panel?
Gender roles. Gender.
Can you repeat the question, please? I feel like I'm back in Dragon Con 2013.
I guess just how you feel about the, the LGBT and how it's affected the show and how you've portrayed that.
I think what's so beautiful about Lost Girl, which is I think what we've all been saying from the beginning, is it's a show that doesn't judge. At the end of the day, it's just about who you love, no matter if they're a wolf with little wolf genes. Or anyone else. Is, at the end of the day, it's just about love in its, in all its purity.
It's one of the aspects of the show that we've always been most proud of. You know, it's not something we could have seen ahead of time, but people really gravitate to the honesty of the relationships on the show. So,
was Seattle.
I feel like for us, they were all real big parts of us that are. Anna comes up all the time, she's like.
Yeah.
This.
Paul keeps doing this too.
I know.
I keep looking I keep going at doors and they just won't open. I'm not a Jedi and I'm not a Jedi.
Hi, my question's for Anna. My question is, what advice would you give us aspiring actresses? I want to be an actress, and you were my inspiration.
Say exactly the right thing.
I know they all want to know the answer too. That's very sweet to say if you ask me. I feel like I tell any young aspiring actress in particular that I think the most important thing is to make sure you love it, and the other most important thing is to make sure that no one else gets to define who you are. So you make that decision for yourself, and that can change. It can evolve into whatever you want it to be, but make sure you stay on the path you want to be on, and then just work your butt off.
And be
Stay.
classy.
Part of being a successful actor, I think, is to stay. Because a lot of people leave too soon. Yeah. It's a tough business, so stick it out.
And to get classically trained, to be honest with you. Sorry I need to bring it up right now, but
I really thought you wouldn't say that till maybe tomorrow, but no, you got it tonight. Lucky you.
yeah. It's all I got.
Hi.
Can't get a fucking mark to save his life. It's best.
Thanks doesn't hit marks.
Hi, I was wondering if the show ended, if you had any input as to where your character went in the last episode.
You people need to be trained on speaking into a microphone.
I was just wondering if you had any input as to where your character went over the last 5 episodes.
Good enough. I've seen the episodes.
The last few episodes.
Writers, everything's such a collaborative environment. So, I think the writers wrote to our strengths and created a character around us after a while, which was nice. And we had input. We definitely had input in various ways on that. I mean, for me, it was such a collaboration. And in terms of where the show ended, I was never happy when I read the final episode. My heart was racing to read it, but in terms of where Bo ended up and the show in general, I feel like all of our input influenced that script and the blend.
Hi. My favorite episode was something that you brought up where Dyson was Kinsey and Kinsey was Dyson. My question was that something that had been come up naturally from you two just working together so long and him being as humorous as he is?
We're actually the same person. I grew out of a small growth on her back. They surgically cut it off and it became too annoying. Which was really, really annoying. The process, I mean, that episode for all of us was just, it was a gift. We've said it before, but it was like theater school. We didn't, not classically trained theater school, obviously, which is why Paul Amos wasn't in that episode.
Original,
It was like this, like literally we were all helping each other out, we were all in the doll, we were all reading lines for each other. Like I have a video, which will never surface, we sent in Anna reading a scene for my friend and I, who were, the characters that were playing, and we would literally,
And we just watched Chris, and it was just super weird. And we were all so confused and like going through. Oh my God, you should have seen us. It was just, you know.
We had name tags.
We had name tags.
We had no idea who was playing.
But a good bond.
My question's for Rachel. Sorry. I wanted to ask, do you prefer playing the badass Tamsin that we were first introduced to, or the reborn Tamsin that's just coming into herself? And I also wanted to absolutely praise you for the job you did for that episode at the end of 5A, where you cried. It was beautiful.
This was
I checked the scene with Anna.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really loved Tamsin in the third season. I wasn't sure how people would receive her in the fourth season. And it's sort of hard to play a childlike version of any character because you worry you're coming off like an idiot. Anna actually does it really well. Like, remember when we had No, I meant that she grew up as lovely and whatever. Anyway. So, remember when you were like dancing like a wolf? Like on the. Yeah, you and I.
purple. I mean, I kept hitting her and I takes me to, like, she was such a champ. That was a really hard scene to film for me anyway, the lead up to it. It was that whole day, we did that fight sequence, and then that scene was at the end of the day, and it was a really tough one. I mean, and just that dynamic between Bo and Kenzie, and the physical sort of violence of it, it was a tough one.
Yeah, it was. I mean, beautiful job, obviously. For me, it was a little strange because I came in so late in the day, all this stuff was going on. I just kind of came in the last part, but the energy in the room was pretty incredible. So it was a really nice shoot. Tough, but nice. Hilarious.
Hi guys. Houston. I've actually talked about a lot of you already, but I have two questions. One is for Rachel and Anna. How was it working with Linda Hamilton? And then second is for everyone. Like, do you guys have a favorite guest star that you've had on the show in the past that you guys wish would come back, like had come back in the final season?
Are we allowing 2 questions?
Get out.
But I have such a great voice.
Working with Linda was awesome. She's so down, like, genuinely so down to earth. But it's funny because she'll be telling stories that are just part of her life, and she'll be like, oh yeah, like Jim was saying to Arnold or whatever, like, oh, James Cameron and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I love working with her, and it was really fun to have her back again this past season. She was a really cool lady, and she was so warm and friendly. But I actually can't fire her. I did a fight with her. You've done a fight with her too, right? So I did a fight with her. It was a zombie episode, and I know why Hamilton looks so fierce on camera is because she actually kicks her ass. So while we were shooting, we tried to be safe about fights and stuff, coordinators and all that kind of stuff, but we were shooting and she was pushing me really hard. So I sort of naturally retaliated and I knocked her on her ass so hard, which pretty much traumatized me for the rest of the day. She was okay, but let me tell you, that's why she was so fierce. She's pretty darn fierce.
I'm glad you knocked Linda Hamilton on her ass. That's great.
It was shocking.
George? Yes. George Takei.
I like George.
Yeah, he was awesome. Aaron Ashmore.
And Anthony Lemon, he was great on Darkman. Anna and I were very passionate. We had this scene where he just kept like asking the question, who? But he was saying, like, who?